Hi guys, my name is Denise and I have coined the name of Hot Mess Trauma Therapist. I do mental health therapy and it has been a really transformative 4 years of my life. And the things I have learned and the things that I can help people do is amazing. And I just want to start helping other people instead of one person at a time. So if you've ever had trauma or you think you have had trauma, it is so good to listen to understand why your body and your brain are doing what they're doing. So kind of my first thing is to just kind of tell you guys that I'm here to help you navigate trauma, start healing, and find some peace in your nervous system. And when I say nervous system, that's because when you are traumatized over and over and over again, whether it was intended or not, because it is very much comes from your perspective and not from the intent of what was going on in the situation. But we are basically in fight or flight all the time. So you're always like, you're so hyper aware and you have to know where everything is. You might notice that you have to sit so you can see a door at a restaurant. You might notice that you have to, for me even, before I did the processing, I was terrified in the dark, terrified, because I couldn't tell what was going on around me. And I had no idea I was doing any of these things. And so I have had such good luck with what I've been doing with my clients, with myself. I mean, this journey that I'm on is very much just started. But I feel like I need to come and start helping other people understand what's going on in their body so we can eventually feel better and actually be able to read our own feelings and navigate how to make ourselves feel better. So let's just go back to hyperaware again. Hyperaware means you're in fight or flight. So your anxiety is really, really high and you're just always looking around. You don't ever settle down. Your body's working like twice as hard just to keep your energy up so that you can be in the state. And then once you're in that state, then it's hard for you to process emotions, even have conversations to retain information. I mean, it does so much. And I just wanted to take the time to talk about why and what happens when we're hyper aware. When we're hyper aware, it's just like the mammal brain. Like back in the day, cavemen, you have a saber-toothed tiger right in front of you, you're gonna go into fight or flight. And your two choices are to run or fight back. Because your body, when it is in fight or flight, shuts down parts of your brain and your body that it doesn't need to just stay alive. And so when we're in that state all the time, we're so overwhelmed that we can't process what's happening in front of us. We can't even think of our emotions, let alone name what our emotions are coming from, right? So now our reasons for feeling like we're in fight or flight are different, right? Because back in the day, it was a saber-toothed tiger. Yeah, that is scary. I'd get going too. But our bodies are still reacting in the same way to things that maybe aren't as big of an issue as a saber-toothed tiger. So one thing is like we have to learn how to get ourselves out of fight or flight so that we can start to function normally. And by normal, I mean everyone's various normals, there is no normal, but just better. I should just say better. I tell people like we're all born with our anxiety like down here, depending on your mom, depending on your genetics, all those things. And then up here is where you lose your ability to function. So when you are put into situations where you constantly feel and fear of your safety, it ups your anxiety level, ups your anxiety level, ups your anxiety level, ups. Okay, so all people who don't have PTSD or trauma, they got all this time to be like, oh, I feel sad. Oh, I'm sad because my mom couldn't come get me. That was disappointing. Well, okay, well, I'm gonna process that and realize she didn't mean to do that to me. But for those of you, including myself, who have a very, very, very high anxiety level, we can't use coping skills down here. We don't have time to ask questions. We don't have time to figure out what's wrong with us because we don't feel anxiety until it gets up here. So it's there, but you don't feel it. And so it's rising, you have no idea. And then all of a sudden, it hits you and you blow over. When we blow over, we lose our ability to function, whether that's shutting down, walking away, throwing things, saying mean things to the people around us. There's so many reactions that could be because you are living in fight or flight. I'm here to help you guys find a way out of fight or flight so that you can start living the life you deserve to live. I had no idea how much trauma I had. And the one thing about trauma is everyone feels like if someone else has it worse, I don't deserve to call it trauma. That's wrong. If you feel unsafe, if you are hyper aware, you are experiencing trauma. And the only person who can say what's trauma and what's not trauma is you. Because I could be sitting next to my sister and we watch the same situation play out, but our perspectives are different. My sister's older, maybe she's seen it before, she's used to it, okay, she doesn't get hyper aware. But I'm the youngest and I'm terrified because I've never seen this happen and I feel so unsafe. And no one normally, when these situations happen, they don't come and see if you're all right. They don't have conversations, it's just like it gets pushed under the rug and then you start building up your trauma, right? It just keeps building and building until it's overwhelming. But today, I just wanted to kind of put out in the world that trauma is everywhere. And I want to help you find the best version of yourself. When I started this journey, 5 years ago actually, I went to University of Northern Iowa and did my social work degree in trauma-informed care. Best experience ever happened to me. I mean, I wouldn't be who I am right now if it hadn't been for that experience. And my professor, Matthew Vasquez, is the one who helped me learn and understand trauma. He also taught a really cool technique that we can use to process our lives when we're stuck in fight or flight. I took it and I kind of changed some of it and I shortened it and I made it easier to understand to a certain extent because it's still not easy to understand. I spend daily working on new ways to understand and tell people how to do this. But first, I just wanted you guys to get a little bit of information so that you can start to think about yourself. Think about your life. Think about how you feel. Like, are you living in fight or flight? If you are, you're in the right place. So today, I'm just gonna do one short technique to help you feel safer. And then next time, we'll start to learn more about trauma and why it does this to us so we can understand what's going on in our bodies. That's going to be huge for you. It has been for me. I just want you to practice over the next week. We're gonna put our hand over my heart and I'm gonna breathe in. Breathe out. And then say to myself out loud, I'm safe right now. And say it as many times as you need to. But we need to start helping our bodies understand we don't need to live this way. And the journey we're about to go on, I'm so excited for it. I hope that it changes so many of your lives. and I'm just excited to get started. And thanks for jumping on and watching me for the first time, and it'll be interesting, I can tell you that. But thanks so much. Bye.